difficulties here on getting this program started, but we're here and we're live, and we're here to talk some baseball. And also, Google search the First Inning Radio Show, and you'll find us on Spotify and other platforms that you can listen to us on. But you can listen to us here now that we're live on YouTube. But I'm the BX Bomber 2011, along with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, good evening, BX Bomber, and hello to everyone. And we are recording on October 29th, and we're live on October 29th, Thursday. And we have some nasty weather down here today. Louisiana has been hit by its fifth major storm, and it has moved up into the mid Atlantic at this point, and we're getting a lot of rain today. But the World Series is over now, and the Dodgers won the World Series in 6 games, 4 games to 2 over the Rays. And there were some exciting moments in the World Series.
Yeah, especially I guess Mookie Betts got that winning hit for the go-ahead run to win that game. He got
Exactly.
lucky,
Right.
and
And
I
what
don't
I
know. I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you heard this story, but Blake Snell got into a fight with the manager for taking him out in the locker room.
Oh, yeah. I'll get to that when we get to game 6. And what I'll do is I'll start out with the very first game. It'll take me about 5 minutes or so to go through the games. And for game 1, the Dodgers were the road team, and they won 8-3 over the Rays. And Cody Bellinger of Los Angeles hit a 2-run home run in the fourth inning to make it 2-0 LA in the first game. And then Kiermaier of Tampa Bay hit a home run in the fifth inning to make it 2-1 LA. And then Muncy reaches fielder's choice, and Bet scores for LA to make it 3-1 LA. And then Will Smith of the Dodgers hit a one-run single for LA to make it 4-1. And then Chris Taylor, of course, of the Dodgers hit a one-run single to make it 5-1 in the fifth inning. This is all going on in the fifth inning. And Enrique Hernandez hit a one-run single to make it 6-1 LA in the fifth inning. And then Mookie Betts did hit a home run for Los Angeles in the sixth inning to make it 7-1 Los Angeles. And then Muncy of Los Angeles also hit a one-run single in the sixth inning to make it 8-1. And Brasso, we all know Brasso for hitting his home run off of Chapman of Tampa Bay, hit a one-run single in the seventh to make it 8-2 LA. And then Kiermaier of Tampa Bay hit a one-run single in the seventh inning to make it 8-3 Los Angeles. And the first game ended up with the Dodgers winning 8-3 and taking a 1-game-to-none lead. And in the second game, the Rays won 6-4, with the Dodgers being the road team again. And Brandon Lau hit a home run in the first inning to make it 1-0 Tampa Bay. And Joey Wendell hit a 2-run double in the fourth inning to make it 3-0 Tampa Bay. And then Brandon Lau hit a 2-run home run in the fifth inning for Tampa Bay to make it 5-0 Tampa Bay. And then, of course, Chris Taylor of Los Angeles hit a 2-run home run in the fifth inning to make it 5-2 Tampa Bay. And then Joey Wendell of Tampa Bay hit a sacrifice fly in the sixth inning to make it 6-2, with Tampa Bay still behind. Will Smith of Los Angeles hit a home run in the sixth inning to make it 6-3 Tampa Bay. And then Corey Seager of Los Angeles hit a home run in the eighth inning to make it 6-4 Tampa Bay. And the winning pitcher was Anderson. The loser was Tony Gonsolin, and the save went to Castillo. And do you want me to stop there so we can discuss that, or shall I continue on with the games?
Oh, what game are we at?
We're going on to game 3 now. I'll just go right through the games.
Yeah, get right ahead.
Okay. In game 3, the Rays were the road team, and the Dodgers won 6-2. And Justin Turner of Los Angeles hit a home run in the first inning to make it 1-0 Los Angeles. And then Max Muncy hit a 2-run single in the third inning to make it 3-0 Los Angeles. Austin Barnes hit a one-run sacrifice bunt for LA in the fourth inning to make it 4-0 LA. and Betts had that one-run single for LA in the fourth inning to make it 5-0 LA. Willie Adames of the Rays had a one-run double for Tampa Bay in the fifth inning to make it 5-1 LA. Austin Barnes of LA hit a home run in the sixth inning to make it 6-1 LA. And then Rosarina, there is that name. He hit a home run in the ninth inning to make it 6-2 Los Angeles. And the Dodgers won the third game 6-2, with the Dodgers taking a 2-1 lead in the series. In the fourth game, the Dodgers were the home team, and this was an exciting game. Holy cow, was this an exciting game. The Rays won this game 8-7 to tie the series at 2-2. Turner hit a home run for Los Angeles in the first inning to make it 1-0 LA. Seager had a home run in the third inning for LA to make it 2-0 LA. Rosarina of Tampa Bay had a home run in the fourth inning to make it 2-1 LA. Max Muncy of LA had a one-run single, but was out on second on a throw in the fifth, and the Dodgers went up 3-1. Renfroe of Tampa Bay had a home run in the fifth inning to make it 3-2 LA. Hernandez had a one-run single, and that was for Los Angeles in the sixth inning to make it 4-2 Los Angeles. Lau of Tampa Bay had a three-run home run in the sixth inning, and Tampa Bay took the lead 5-4. And then Los Angeles scores 2 runs in the seventh inning to take the lead 6-5. And then, of course, Kiermaier hit a home run for the Rays in the seventh inning to tie the game at 6-6. And then Seager untied it for Los Angeles with a run single in the eighth to make it 7-6. And then the crazy ninth inning happened. Brett Phillips had a 2-run single. Phillips advanced to second on the missed catch, but on his 2-run single, Kiermaier scored, and the throw came home to Will Smith, who was catching. Well, Will Smith dropped the ball, and the ball got away from Will Smith, and the Rosarina came scampering in and scored, and the Rays had a walk-off win. It was a walk-off win, with Curtis being the winning pitcher and Kenley Jansen being the losing pitcher. And Kenley Jansen has blown some games for the Dodgers over this season. In Game 5, we're up to now. The Dodgers won 4-2 and took a 3-2 lead. Seager of Los Angeles had a one-run single in the first inning to make it 1-0 Los Angeles. Bellinger of Los Angeles had a one-run single in the first inning to make it 2-0 Los Angeles. Jock Peterson of LA had a home run in the second inning to make it 3-0 Los Angeles. Yandy Diaz of Tampa Bay had a triple that scored a run in the third to make it 3-1. And then Rosarina had a one-run single in the third to make it 3-2, with Los Angeles still ahead. Max Muncy of Los Angeles had a home run in the fifth inning to make it 4-2 Los Angeles. And the winning pitcher was Kershaw. The loser was Glasnow. And the save went to Blake Trinan. And the Los Angeles Dodgers took a 3-2 lead. And then finally, Game 6, the Dodgers won 3-1. Rosarina of Tampa Bay had a home run in the first inning, and that proved to be the only run for Tampa Bay. A wild pitch by Nick Anderson had scored a run for Los Angeles. Seager of LA reached on the fielder's choice also, and another run scored for Los Angeles in the sixth inning. And Los Angeles took a 2-1 lead. And there is a lot of controversy about the Dodgers taking out Blake Snell at that point in time. Many people felt that they were going too much by the numbers and analytics, and Blake Snell was really holding the Dodgers down. And they took him out using analytics, even though they many people said that the manager should have went by eye on that situation. And then Mookie Betts hit a home run for Los Angeles in the eighth inning to make it 3-1. And the Dodgers took the World Series 4-2, with Gonzalez, the great Dodger relief pitcher Gonzalez, being the winner, Nick Anderson being the loser, and Urias getting the save, or as the Spanish people say it, Urias. I use my English term, Urias. and the Dodgers have won the World Series 4-2. And the Dodgers and Rays had to self quarantine after the game. And I know you were talking about this, where you found it hard to believe that Turner did test positive, but he apparently did. And two people have knowledge of this and have confirmed it. And both the Dodgers and Rays are quarantining now for 2 weeks after the World Series. So the Dodgers have taken the World Series 4 games to 2 over the Rays.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, what a hell of a World Series it was. I mean,
Right.
um, actually, like we talked about on the last show with Justin Turner, with Justin Turner, um, that scenario with Justin Turner could happen, and it did happen, right? But the thing is
Yes.
that is that test for real, or did he really test positive for COVID? Because you got to understand one thing. The guy, I don't know when. I think he took the test before the game, right? Um, he's with these players 24 hours, right? They're going on the same bus and everything. He plays 7 innings, and they tell him that he has COVID, that he tested positive, and nobody else is tested positive but him, and he's the hottest player on the team, and he tests positive. That's kind of funny though, right?
I know. But apparently, I did a little bit of more research, and apparently, both the Dodgers and Rays are quarantining now for the next 2 weeks after the World Series. And there's a number of people that have knowledge, and maybe the test results did not come back until towards the end of the game, and that is a possibility of what might have happened. But I don't have all I have is the details of what I did my research on.
Yeah. And then but the thing is though, if the Rays won that game, they were trying to set him up to lose that World Series though, the Dodgers, because they took out Justin Turner. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that
Huh.
test was real or not. They should get a second opinion. He should get tested again.
Yeah.
In a
Many of these tests sometimes have false positives and negatives.
Yeah, that's the thing, because if he was going to Game 7, he wouldn't be able to play, and now they lost their best player.
Right. And of course, the Dodgers would need him for a game 7.
No, they definitely do need him for Game 7, and he was pretty
Yeah.
good too. He was hitting home runs and everything, man. He was pretty clutch too. And then to lose that guy, they could have lost Game 7 and never won the World Series. So lucky for Mookie
Right.
Betts
Oh,
getting that go-ahead run. Go ahead.
yes, exactly. Exactly. Oh, by the way, you know Giraffe Neck Mark, right? He does all his baseball vlogs.
Right.
He was at games 1 and 2 of the World Series with his friends, and they have a nice vlog on YouTube about being in Texas at Globe Life Field, and they have a nice couple of vlogs of being at the World Series. Giraffe Neck Mark, and that they are fun vlogs, and they show what it's like being in the stadium. Reminded me of your vlogs.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy though to do that at this time and point of time. You could go catch
Yeah.
COVID and die. All for what? For a baseball
Yes,
game? That's crazy.
unfortunately, the cases are going up.
Yeah, man, it's getting worse and worse, man. Everybody are spiking up. 8%, 6%, in a whole lot of places now. You know,
Right,
even
right.
New York is up
There's
eight
even some
percent.
pockets in New York City now.
Yeah, talk about that. They say by from now and to Thanksgiving, there could be anywhere from 15 to 25,000 new deaths due
Wow,
to
wow,
COVID.
that is a horrible situation.
And people think that it's a joke, man. People think it's a joke, not wearing a mask and whatever. Like it's cool until they catch it and die. Then we're gonna see who's laughing. You
I
know?
know. I know when we do our next show, or I guess we'll take a couple weeks off after this one, after the wrap up of the season and everything, but we'll discuss all the politics and COVID-19 and the Yankees off season and what's going on with the election and what could be happening with the courts and all of that kind of thing. But I don't want to do it right after election night because the results will not be fully in on election night because of
Yeah.
the many mail-in ballots and the early voting. So the president is going to try to declare himself a winner and try to do things with courts to stop vote counting, but it's going to take a while for the votes to count. So that's why I figure we wait a couple of weeks until we do our next show, until everything is in, and we see what's happening with the courts and see what's happening with the election.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a show about all this political stuff that's going on. You know?
Right, exactly. But anyway, I'm looking forward, hopefully, for us to, what it gave me a little bit of hope to see about 11 to 12,000 people at the World Series games because I think maybe, I mean, they're calling this a dark winter, is what they're talking about, where the coronavirus could be very bad over the winter when people go inside and are breathing the same air. But if there is a possibility of us having a minimal sized crowd at Yankee Stadium, I will be there. I'll take that chance if they feel it's safe enough. And I will wear my mask and be as careful as possible. And I'll have to get up to see you and have to get into Yankee Stadium because it'll have been 2 years, for goodness sake. Eventually
Yeah.
we're going to have to do something.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't think you're gonna see fans in April in Yankee Stadium.
Right,
I don't think it's gonna happen, man. Not until I don't know because I think it's
right.
gonna. I think this is gonna last until next September, October because um COVID will still be here, but then when they get the vaccines and all that, that takes months for people to get all vaccinated. So it takes a
Right.
while for it to cleanse itself. You know what I mean? So the cleansing process is gonna
Yeah.
be at least 6 months. You know what I mean? So there's a lot
And
of work to be
I'm
done.
really apprehensive about it too.
Yeah, I don't believe anything, that the government wants to give you, man. I don't know, man. Um you gotta it's basically go at your own risk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cause you don't know. They could be killing you with that stuff too. It's like the flu, you know?
This current administration, this current administration is trying to waive all types of regulations to rush this vaccine through for political reasons. And what they could really be doing is rushing it through and giving it to people. And then they're supposed to be tracing. After they give the vaccine to people, they're supposed to be tracing on the people. Well, they will be monitoring the people for side effects. In other words, the people will be the guinea pigs. They
Yeah.
will give the virus, they will give the vaccine to us, and we will basically be guinea pigs if they waive regulations and everything and don't do enough testing. And we will be end up being guinea pigs, and they will be monitoring us for adverse reactions.
Well, there are already people dying from the vaccine,
I know in trial runs,
you
in
know?
trial tests.
And what's crazy about it is that there really is no cure for it yet. They're just
No,
testing the stuff out, you know? All that stuff that Donald Trump was taking that he took at that hospital, at the veterans hospital, them things didn't even doesn't even fight COVID-19. That's the crazy part.
right?
So
Yes,
they're
yes,
really struggling on to find a way to stop this thing. So on that note, like I said, we might not see fans in the stands behind me in Yankee Stadium, man, for maybe until the summertime. You
right,
know?
right. I'm holding out hope, but I'm not making any plans now because, as we said, the situation with this world right now is very precarious. I mean, COVID is on the rise. There's all kinds of political problems going on. There's a pandemic. There's a climate crisis. There's we have no way of knowing what's going to happen 2 weeks from now. So
Yeah.
I'm just hunkering down still for the time being until I get some more certain information.
Yeah, I mean they already claiming by Thanksgiving to have 15 to 25,000 new deaths. You know, so
I know.
this is a second wave, or could there be a third wave? You know what I mean? Because they're not working fast enough on the damn vaccine.
I've heard it described in many different ways. I've heard it described in one, two, three waves. I've heard it described that we're still on the first wave with three huge spikes. The United States has been so dismal and such a failure at controlling the virus with this administration, this awful administration, that we could be on the first wave with these massive spikes, and each time the wave is getting higher and higher, so we're working from a higher number, and the spikes are getting higher and higher. So it's never been out of control. The virus is running rampant throughout the population, and it is a very serious situation.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Henry on the check-in there. He says
Hi, Henry.
he'll rather wait till the summer
Right,
to go and yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I think you gotta wait till better weather to go out
right.
and breathe this stuff. But the mask does work though. I don't understand where these people not getting it where the mask doesn't work or the mask work. The mask does work. It prevents you from getting sick. You know what I mean? Forget about
A
anybody else.
scientific test A
Yeah.
scientific test has been done in Kansas, in the state of Kansas. The governor of Kansas, who is a Democratic governor, issued a mask mandate for the entire state. But the legislature of Kansas is a right wing Republican legislature. So they overruled the governor. So the counties did not have to follow the mask mandate. So only a certain number of counties followed the mask mandate, and the other ones did not. And they did research and statistics on it. And in the counties where the mask mandate was followed, the COVID levels had even dropped down, stayed steady, and dropped down considerably. In the counties where the mask mandate was not followed, the COVID levels skyrocketed. So they actually have evidence.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And then in New York City over here, we have the Hasidic Jews, man, going crazy. They just above the law over here. They above the law. I tell my friends, you could just if you want to sell drugs, right? Dress up as a Hasidic Jew. The police will never touch you, never ask you no questions or nothing. You just walk on by and do what you gotta do. Because these guys,
Oh,
they were having parties. They had a wedding 2 weeks ago of 10,000 people at a wedding. Okay, nobody got arrested. They don't get tickets. They don't do nothing. And now because of them, it went rampant in Brooklyn and all that, and it spiked up. Now it's coming back down, but it's crazy. It's
well,
crazy.
also look at the super spreader events that this president is holding. Have you heard that this president had a rally in I believe it was where was it, Nebraska, and he was able to get all the people in to this rally, and it was bitter, bitter cold,
Yeah,
and he had all these
yeah,
people in there, and they had no masks. And of course, he left and got on his nice warm Air Force One jet, and he left all the people at the rally with no transportation to get out of there.
yeah. He left them there stranded, and they had to walk back from the airfield back to the parking lot 4 miles.
Some elderly people even had to be treated in the hospital.
Yeah, I mean the temperature dropped to 34 degrees, man. So you know it was cold over there, and it's that extra cold because especially like where you live at, you get that extra cold. where it's like from the wilderness cold. You know what I mean? That's a
Right,
it's that's
right.
chilled. You know what I'm saying? That's a chill. And that
It shows how much this president cares about people. He doesn't give a damn about anyone.
nah, man, and that's true, man, and that's like man, there's a lot of stuff he did, but it's horrible, man. Hopefully, it's be his last days up in that White
Yes, yes,
House. Because
yes. We are
it's
not Trump fans. I'm not. And but this was a good World Series, and it was enjoyable. That 8-7 game was really exciting, and that was a game that the Rays won 8-7, and it was an exciting World Series.
well,
And I know that you were pulling for the Rays, and I was pulling for the Dodgers. And but we're Yankee fans, so I didn't lose. I wouldn't have lost any sleep either way. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's not like it's like when the Yankees lost to the Rays. I was having major heart attacks, and I had 2 days of feeling destroyed, because we live and die with the Yankees. But I was pulling for the Dodgers simply because they had not won a World Series since 1988, and because of our blogger Dodgers Randy Radcliffe out in LA, who wasn't able to do any vlogs this year because obviously they didn't have fans at Dodger Stadium. And I like her vlog. She seems like a nice lady. And I was kind of pulling for her and for that reason. But of course, the Rays have been to two World Series, but haven't won a World Series yet.
yeah, I know. Now you got some teams that are trying to get back into the World Series, like the Mets and the Braves, and there's some other few
The
people that.
Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees. Yeah, but these guys. But have you heard the story that Yankee managers might be jumping ship? Have you heard that?
Oh, yeah, some of the coaches. Yes, you told me that they're interviewing for manager jobs.
Yeah, they're getting interviewed for manager jobs. So who knows who'll be back with the Yankee management next year? So that's not good.
Right.
I mean, I think they had. I think this was a very good coaching staff for the first time. We had a good one, but I just don't know what
Yeah.
happened with the poor lack of judgment, man, and bringing guys in
Right.
at the wrong time. And they say they say that Aaron Boone is more like a puppet, and it's the management from upstairs that's controlling the strings. So
Well, that was the same thing that they were saying during the World Series with Kevin Cash. I mean, Blake Snell was pitching a great game in Game 6. He was closing down the Dodgers. And Mookie Betts even smiled when Kevin Cash came out to get Blake Snell. He said, "Oh boy, here we go." And many people feel that these field managers are no longer able to manage by eye or by feel anymore. You have a group of statistical people in the front office making all types of statistician moves, statistical moves, and the field manager really does not have much say anymore. That a lot of this, as you just said, is coming from the front office.
yeah, and I don't know if you heard, man, about this breaking news talking about managers. Um, Tony La Russa is the new manager of the Chicago White Sox. Uh,
Wow, back to the White Sox, huh?
he's the manager of the White Sox, man, and
Wow.
he's just named
Yeah,
today.
LaRussa did manage the White Sox for a while, didn't he? He managed quite a number of different teams. He managed the St. Louis Cardinals, the Oakland A's, and I think he managed the White Sox too for a period. I'll have to double check on that. But that's pretty nice. And LaRussa is now considered an older manager, so maybe they are going back to some old school managers.
Yeah, I could read you some of his stats here. He's the 30th manager in White Sox history, has officially become the organization's 41st skipper, and with the hiring of Tony La Russa, the team announced today. La Russa is 76, and he was rumored to be the
Wow.
top choice after Rick Renteria and the White Sox parted ways following the 2020 season, highlighted by a 35-25 record. and the team's first playoff appearance since 2008. That's kind of strange, right? To get rid of the manager when they
Yeah,
got you to the playoffs. But with a Hall of Fame having not managed since winning the World Series with the Cardinals in 2011, it is not certain whether he could want to return to the daily grind. So
right.
yeah, but he did manage the White Sox back in the days though. Probably like in the
Yeah,
80s or something like that, you know? But let me
right.
see.
The thing is, will he be at 76 years old? I'm sure he's in very good shape, but at 76 years old, the traveling and the hours and hours of putting it in at that age, could be difficult. But then again, we have two guys running for president that are that age.
Yeah, I mean, look, over 33 years as a manager, La Russa has 3 World Series titles, 6 pennants, and 2,728 wins. He managed the White Sox from 1979 to 1986, posting a 522 wins, 510 loss record, and 1 playoff appearance since 1983. Before he was let go by the general manager Ken Hawk Harrelson, White Sox chairman Jeremy Randolph called dismissing La Russa one of the biggest mistakes and regrets of his ownership tenure and views La Russa as a brother. So there you have. That's why he's back with the White Sox.
Wow.
There was a
Wow,
loss
that was
of
that
a loss of how you say that like he they felt bad that they what they did to him, so they rehired him back. I guess.
remorse.
Yeah, that's definitely remorse. You know.
Yes. Wow, that is incredible. That is incredible. Now, has he accepted the offer or are they just offering it to him?
No, he's the 30th manager in White Sox history.
Oh, he is. I'm sorry. You're right. You just said that. Brain
Yeah.
freeze. Brain freeze.
He
But yeah,
became the
30th manager. Wow.
organization's
Yeah.
41st skipper.
Right. Right. Wow. Incredible. Well, good for him. I'm
So,
very happy to hear that.
so
That's very nice.
what were the White Sox before the White Sox? Because they're the
Oh my
he's
goodness, the White Sox are a very old franchise. The White Sox are as old, if not older, than the Yankees. I think they go back to the original American League in 1903. So I'll do some research on the White Sox, but I think they have always been the White Sox.
because he's the 41st skipper, right? The
Yeah,
organization's
they're a
41st
very old
skipper.
franchise.
But it says the 30th manager in White Sox history, right? The 30th manager in White Sox history has officially became the organization's 41st skipper with the hiring of Tony La
Right.
Russa. So,
They may have had some that were managers for on a couple
ah,
different.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. When he became the manager for the White Sox for the first time, he was the
Mhm.
30th manager at that time. When he became manager the
Right.
first time of the White Sox, he was the 30th manager. Now that he's returned to the White Sox, he's the 41st manager of the organization.
Exactly. They had
There you
some
go.
that had different tenures.
Had to clean
Yes,
that up real
exactly.
quick.
Exactly. Exactly. And so I'm glad that we were able to get the season in, even though it's a very tough season and we were not able to get to Yankee Stadium. But I enjoyed seeing the games on TV. And the Yankees had a year that was a mixture year. They started out the season 16 wins and 6 losses. Then they had a period in the middle where they were 5 wins and 15 losses. And then they had a 10-game winning streak. And then they finished up the season 2 wins and 6 losses. So they had different streaks going on. They were a very streaky team, finishing the year 33 wins and 27 losses, and did a good job beating the Indians in the wild card round. And then played the Rays very tough, but just came up short. And it was kind of strange how Chapman gave up the home run again in for the second year in a row. This time he did not want to use a slider or a splitter. This time he went with his fastball. The year before he went with his slider, and Altuve hit that. And we all know, of course, what happened with Altuve and him not wanting to have his shirt ripped off.
Yeah, that Altuve thing. But you know what? Now the Astros are gonna be broken up now because now they're all free agents. There's a whole free
Right?
agents list that we can get into another day. I'll go into it. Um, but yeah. Like Henry is saying in the chat there, the Yankees almost didn't make it, but they still made it anyway. But too bad we fell
Yes.
short. But man, it sucks that Chapman had to do that 2 years in a row, man. Give up a home run like that, man. That's crazy. You know.
Right.
So
Right. It was that's just the way this year was. It was a 60 game schedule, and the Yankees had different streaks, as I just said, and they did make the playoffs. We have the expanded playoff.
I think you broke up there. Well, I think I lost you. Oh, I think I lost
We
Roger.
had.
Oh, there we go. We got you back. But yeah, we're
Oh, I'm
gonna.
sorry. I'll repeat myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that it was a 60 game schedule, and it's been a very hard, difficult year in every aspect of life. But I was happy to have the baseball season, and we have to be happy with what we were able to have.
Yeah, man. And on that note, I don't know if you know this, but at MLB.com, if you go there, you can choose the year's best players in the positions for the all 2020 team.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I'm going to go there and have fun with that.
And yeah, and it's I voted already, and I got Luke Voigt in there. I got Urshela in there, and
DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMayu. Let me see. Luke Voigt is there for first base. LeMayu's there for second base. Shortstop, there is none. Third base is Urshela at the bottom there, and Garrett Cole as a pitcher as well.
Wow, fantastic.
So you can
Fantastic.
you
That is
can
great.
go there and vote. I don't know how many times you can vote, but you can probably vote up to like 25 times or something like that. I'm not sure. Oh, and there's
Yes,
another
so
one
I guess
too.
we
There's
we
another
have pretty
voting.
much wrapped it up now.
Yeah, and there's another voting too where you can vote for the best moments of 2022. And
Wow.
that's
Yes, I have MLB.TV and MLB.com.
yeah, man. So it looks pretty cool that you can do these things. So hopefully people vote and do that stuff. And let me read what Henry said. Keep in mind, even though the Yankees haven't made the World Series in a while, we played cheaters 2 times when we actually had a legitimate shot at making it, which put us at a huge disadvantage, which is true.
Yes. Yes. And thank you for supporting us, Henry. You are a real loyal supporter, and we appreciate having some guys, and we're just regular guys ourselves. And it's very nice that you take interest in us.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you one thing, man. Hopefully, when we get back to Yankee Stadium and we start catching baseballs at Yankee Stadium, I'll catch you a baseball.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that sounds good. So anyway,
Seven.
I guess we could wrap it up now. We're
Yeah,
pretty
definitely.
much covered on everything, and
Definitely.
we will in a couple weeks discuss what's happening in the world and the Yankees off season.
Definitely. I guess that's it. You can follow us anywhere on any platform. There goes the handles. This is the first inning signing off, saying see ya. And
Take
thank
care.
thank you for watching. We'll check out, and we'll be back soon in a little while on another episode with something else. So don't worry, we'll be back. So long, everybody. You too, Henry. Have a good night, man. Thank you for watching.
Take care, Henry. Thank you.
And bye bye.